Months flew by. Work was being slowly accomplished. There was plenty of work for everyone. Ben decided that the soft life was just what he needed. And when I mean soft, I mean bossing all the young ones around on how to fix pipes and so on. He thoroughly enjoyed his job. Henry was also in the underground, his words, out of sight, out of mind. But he liked tinkering and doing the dirty work no one else wanted to do. Ben took him under his wing, though he would never come forward and say it, with him far off and busy deep under the city. Colt and I went to Marshall, who had been helping his son Sleipnir how to get around. His wife was harder on him to keep him trying, and he was managing. He seemed to regain vision where things were, like in a thick snowstorm, was how he could describe it. He had actually got into painting, of all things, and it was quite good. His little girl was growing, and when he entered the room her face would just light up. She was a papa's girl, not talking yet, but just cute as could be. But now was the time to tell them. We asked to be alone with them, and his wife, who I believe blamed us, just snarled, picking up their daughter, and walked out. "Don't mind her. What do you wish to speak to us about?" "A few things," Colt replied, always smoother with words than me. "The first is, are you feeling well enough to start a job I have for you?" "Well, depending on the job, some things are beyond my skill now." "You will get there. The job I have in mind is one I would only trust you with. I wish for you to be the royal guard to me." "To you the king to be?" "Brother, I am not fit for that role." Colt put his hand on his shoulder. "Come on, you were the best hunter, best fighter. You took me down a few times." "You let me. We were young then, and it was, but isn't now. Marshall has agreed with me that, with his training he has you on, you will be where you were by the end of it. You already know the palace. I see you walking about." "Yes, but I still make mistakes. You can't have a mistake made." "We all make mistakes. I don't need perfection or your eyes. I just need your trust that I made the right decision. Being that of my royal guard, you will also have a chair at the leader's table when talks come, and I need you there." "I could have once sat there before this." "Yes, on the other side, but this way you will be to my right and Abel to my left. I guess Vita will be on your lap then." "Oh, very funny." I rolled my eyes. Colt smirked. "She will stand behind me as she does on this matter." "Very well, but if I feel my skills fault you in any way, I shall step down." "I know they won't. Being this, I will need you to do something else as well." "What?" "I wish you to use your ears, go about the city, tell me of what is said, and choose loyal people from each clan to create guards that will mind you well." "Why, if I may ask?" "Peace never lasts long. 5 years, 10 years, 20, it all comes to an end eventually. I wish it to be a peaceful life for us and the next, but I want to be prepared and have some protections in place." "Very well. Is there anything else?" "There is one thing. I'm sorry it's taken me so long, but things had to be done, and it was only now I could come to you. The words I am not going to muddle with, but we are certain of this from records we have researched. Father, Marshal Sleipnir is your son." "This is not possible, Colt." Marshall looked down. Colt looked to him. You could say because of Harlt's a lot became possible. Marshall looked to Colt. "What do you speak of, Colt? You know this isn't a possibility." Yes, it was, Father. There was a way to retrieve your seed even after what was done, and I promise you he is your true son." "Impossible, isn't it?" He looked to Sleipnir. Who is the mother?" I spoke up. "It's true. His mother is the same as mine, Eraxam, but we do not know who she is." Marshall didn't take his eyes off him. "I had a talk with Abira once. He said that many blondes with blue eyes have some relations to here down the line. There's no one with blonde hair from my ancestors I know about. It could be his mother is from here. I will look into it." He slowly walked up to Colt and, grabbing him up, carried him over to Sleipnir, hugging them both tightly. "My boys, I thank the greatest one that my arms and heart are full this day." "There is one more thing," I spoke up. "The others here that look like him here, as far as Abera's sons are his copies, so they are technically also your sons by blood, and Ebenezer didn't want you to know of this. Doesn't surprise me that old Potato has no emotion but grump." Marshall slightly laughed. He had the same sense of humor as his son. We eventually left them and walked the city. It was now late summer and warm. Colt didn't go out much with his leg. It didn't tire him or hurt him, but I could tell it shamed him. But he also knew how much I enjoyed the spring and summer, not wanting me stuck indoors with him. Abel was about with Reem, carrying her and Perdita, who quietly tagged along, eating an orange that Abel had peeled for her, sharing a piece with Reem. Abel with Reem in one arm, instructing someone on the construction of their food stand. I couldn't quite hear what was said, but I saw Abel place Reem down and pick up a large barrel, moving it to the other side under a roof as he started to point up with his finger, explaining something or other. We walked up to him. He was my royal guard normally, but this was his day to do tasks around the city, but at least he seemed to be the old Abel full of strength before the nanos had harmed him, though Firefly worried still on his heart's beat. Since Colt was with me, I was in need of no protection, though I thought sometimes Colt thought otherwise because of his leg. So what do you think? Abel looked to us, Uncle Colty. Reem squealed, grabbing to Colt, tugging on him. Up, spin! Colt looked down to her, picking her up high in the air, but not spinning her. Not right now, Reem. I need to talk to your papa. Reem was put down, seeming disappointed. Colt looked to her. I know. Why don't you go find May and get me some sugar licks? Reem perked up. Okay. Take Perdita with you. You know she likes the red ones. Okay. Come on, Perdita. Reem smiled as Perdita looked to Abel. Go on. Be good. Perdita walked up to Reem, taking her hand. Remember, I like orange ones, Colt yelled out. She looked back as she was already running off. I know that, Unky, putting her hands to her side before taking off again. Sorry about that. Abel put his hand in his hair, giving it a good itch. She's fine. Do you trust Perdita with her alone? We have eyes on them, but yes, she is very good with the children. Her hand is gentle with them. The learning area is getting completed on schedule, so Reem will be going there with May and the other children, so she won't be underfoot much longer. So I like having as much time with her that I can, but she has taken a liking to the May girl. Abel gestured toward the shop. It's coming along. Colt looked to it, impressed. Is there anything they are needing? They need a cooler area for some goods. We are digging out an ice house in the back of the shop. Once winter comes, we will show them how to gather the ice. With this type of heat, we are digging deeper, which is taking longer, but it will be nice to have goods fresher longer than just dried foods. The ice will also have to be brought in from a distance, which will be challenging. Father says it rarely snows. It may be many years between them, so we will have to accommodate the difference from where we are from. Who will be teaching the children? I thought perhaps we should choose those best in each area of learning, instead of just one. It will make the children easier to handle if separated into groups. We also have kept room for extending. With all the marriages, I'm sure it will need to be extended early on. Good thinking, though at your rate, you will fill the school all on your own. Abel blushed, rubbing his neck. Probably right about that. Colt broke it up. Good thinking on the separated teachings. I'd like for you to pick them. Try to pick those of different tribes so there won't be any talks of favoritism. Can you handle it? I might take on Lavender's advice in it. There are some things I myself am not the best at. Numbers are not my friend at times. That's fine, just don't let her overwork herself. Oh, she's had tons of energy lately. Colt looked to him harshly. Still, she is my sister, and I worry for her, though I am glad she has you, brother. Abel swallowed hard. That sounds really odd, don't you think? He slightly mumbled a laugh before clearing his throat. Colt looked to him. You are doing well. Abel looked to him. As are you, brother, and our children all are healthy, think the greatest one. Indeed, think the greatest one, we both had our babies, both very healthy, and Henry removed the nanos of our son? He was the best at it. It took little from him. They gave each other a quick pat, and we excused ourselves to go back to the palace. Do you think Ram will remember to bring back any of those candies? She always finishes them before finding me, and she will have May to help her eat them, he smirked. Shall we go to the celebration? It's going to be a good one. I couldn't help but slightly smile myself. It was going to be a good one. We wouldn't want to be late. We went to the Great Hall. Hundreds of people came to attend. Many of Abira's children came to watch this event for their eldest sister, including me. A man by the name of Solemn, in all white with a fuzzy white beard, came up to a small pool of water that the tiles of the floor had been carefully removed with a stairway to enter by. Beside the man was a small table of colorful, small bottles, each containing oils of different types. He poured a few drops of each into the water when a young man came and whispered into his ear, to which Solemn nodded, adding a few more drops into the water. Solemn I had yet to meet personally, but heard teachings he spoke. Looked up to the crowd, his voice was loud and clear. "Today is a fine day, a day many of us thought would never come," the crowd murmured in laughter. But the Greatest One had his hand heavy on this man, and eventually he found the path he was led to. In return, the Greatest One gave him the blessing of love and healing. Solemn entered the water slowly. Let us welcome this man to his baptism. Into the arms of the Greatest One. The crowd clapped as the two large doors were opened by two men. There, standing in all white, including white boots, was a man I couldn't recognize. If I wasn't given the invitation, I would not know him by his looks. The man was quite handsome, clean-faced, dark hair tied back with a pink and green ribbon. He had deep, golden eyes. Beside him was my sister Sienna. She was in a lovely pastel green dress with pink flowers embroidered upon it, holding to the man's arm, leading him down the aisle as he held to her arm tightly back. He seemed nervous, but all I saw in her was pride in the man she held to. He got to the front of the room where we were front row. Solemn began to talk as the crowd quieted. I could hear what the man was saying in a whisper to Sienna. "You never said anything about a bath. I thought it was just a sprinkle kind of thing." "Shh! It's not a bath, it's a baptism pool." "It looks and smells of a bath." "Yep, that's Alpha." I thought to myself, be quiet. That is holy oils. "Smells like soap." "Alpha, be quiet and listen." She was depending in a whisper. We were holding in our giggles as much as possible, but with great difficulty. After some more words were said, "Are you ready, Alpha?" Sienna let go of his arm. "Yes, but can't you just flick a few drops and we call it even?" There are many in hiding that yes, that is the way it is done, but we are blessed with protection to be able to do it in this manner. By fully immersing oneself in water, it represents a symbolic death to one's old life and a resurrection into a new life in the Greatest One's rule, emphasizing a complete transformation and commitment to a new faith. Is that still your wish? Alpha looked to the man, slightly annoyed. "Yes, then please enter." Alpha did as he was told, but on the last step he slipped, completely submerging himself. He put his head above water and gasped, clinging to Solemn, who got him to let go. "Well, it seems the Greatest One is eager for you," he slightly laughed, as did the crowd. "Are we done now?" Alpha gritted. Solemn placed Alpha in front of him. "Not just yet, I'm afraid. Let's try this again." "Again!" Sienna spoke up under her breath. "Do behave, Alpha. You can't get any wetter than you already are." Alpha turned to Solemn. "Fine." "Very well, then. Upon your understanding of faith, I now baptize you, my brother, in the name of the Greatest One. By 3 he is, buried in the likeness of his death." Solemn grabbed Alpha with such strength, dunking him again. I think Alpha was even surprised, as Solemn finished his words, and raised to walk in newness of life. "Welcome, brother Alpha." Alpha looked to everyone clapping, walking out of the water, dripping wet. He went over to Abira. Abira took out his hand, shaking Alpha's. "I ask for your daughter Sienna's hand," he gritted out. Abira looked to Sienna. She was just smiling at her father, calmly, then put her eyes down. "Word has come to me that she has done wonders for you, and you her. And today I see a good path for you. I am concerned of your age to hers, but she is beyond 30 and no longer a child, and it is clear she has a great love for you, and I have spoken to her. So in that, I give you my blessing to be one and to hopefully bring me many grandchildren." Abira nodded to Solemn, who announced, "I now pronounce them man and wife." "Wait, what?" Alpha snapped around, then turned back to Abira, then to Sienna as she smiled at him, and he calmed. "Just a little joke, Alpha. Sienna has picked a day in fall." "Very funny." The crowd was laughing as he went over to Sienna. "Were you in on this?" "Of course I was." As they started to walk away. Would it have been all that bad? No, but what? "I mean, this dress you have is pretty, but I mean to say, I wanted to see you in a beaded dress. I hunted the fur for you to wear. I want to give you what other girls receive, not just something that is given so quickly." He was blushing, something I didn't think possible. "You're so sweet," she blushed back, kissing his cheek. The crowd awed all at once. "Oh, Be quiet, he yelled to the crowd, now laughing again. He picked up their pace and almost slipped on the wet floor he had created, and they went off together.